So I grew up in the Midwest, and my family went to church. For most of growing up, I didn't really pay attention in church, and it wasn't until I got to high school that I got involved with a group called Young Life, and they would get together on Monday evenings, and usually it was a pretty just fun social get-together, and they'd kind of have different talks or teachings about Jesus, but honestly I can't even remember much about those either. It wasn't until the summer after my sophomore year that I went to one of the camps that they had, and during the course of the week the main speaker kind of outlined what it means to have a relationship with God, and that was probably the first time that I ever stopped and listened to the basic message of Christianity. I remember the last evening of the camp, they gave everyone an opportunity to kind of go off on their own and reflect on all the things that had been shared. And I can vividly remember that time because it was nighttime, and I went and sat on top of this huge rock that overlooked this lake, and to my right and to my left were these evergreens that just shot up into the sky. And I remember I kind of just curled up into this ball, and I looked up into the sky and I just started crying, and was basically hit with the reality of God. It was the first time in my life that I realized that God was real, that He wasn't just a character in a book. And I remember just kind of very innocently kind of just saying, God, I don't know much about you, but I know that I want you in my life. I know that I want to start following you. And I think kind of up until that point I'd kind of just thought that everything that I'd accomplished, everything that I'd done was because of my efforts. And I didn't really consider the fact that I had been created and created with certain gifts and talents, and it was these gifts and talents that God had given me that was enabling me to succeed. So it was at that point that I realized that that I was created and that God created me for a purpose. Yeah, it was at that time that I invited God into my life and made a commitment to want to follow Him.